Hey everybody, there are lots of lessons that you can learn when it comes to long-term investing. One of them would be that past performance is not indicative of future results. Another might be that not all investors are rational. There are lots of undervalued stocks and there are lots of overvalued stocks. But one of the most underrated lessons I think that's out there is this idea of dollar cost averaging. And it's a little counterintuitive. And what I mean by that is when I ask the question of can volatility be a good thing? Or does it matter whether I invest $12,000 a year or $1,000 a month? The answer to those questions is yes, and yes. And so I'm going to show you a graphic today that I'd like to explain. So on the screen now you see a chart that shows the same 1,000 monthly deposit into two different hypothetical investments. You can see that in January we purchased 100 shares of each investment because the share price was $10 for each. So $1,000 divided by $10 a share equals 100 shares. But notice that as the share price goes lower, you purchase more shares with your 1,000 monthly investment and less shares as the price moves higher. Now, at the end of our hypothetical year, the price is right back where it started at $10. If you invested $12,000 at the beginning, you would have $12,000 at the end. But because we were dollar cost averaging, we acquired more shares than we would have otherwise. Now, to be sure, this technique works best with assets that appreciate over the long run. Having more shares at a bankrupt company does you no good. And that's why dollar cost averaging is so productive with diversified investments. The best part about this investing technique is that it requires no timing on the part of the investor. The 401k is probably where most dollar cost averaging occurs. Every other week, the investor or employee puts money in the account and purchasing the investments on a regular basis. And because the time horizon for a retirement account is usually long, it makes sense to take riskier investments, take on riskier investments in those accounts, which are more appropriate for dollar cost averaging.